been a long time since I've done a video blog, and I might have gotten some of my camera shyness back, because yeah, it's been a long time since I've talked in front of the camera. I finally decided to do video blogs again because I'm in a very unique situation now. It might take a while to explain everything that happened. I might do that over several video blogs. But basically my situation at the moment now is that I'm homeless. And this is how I'm living now. Tent, table behind me with outback kitchen supplies and stuff like that. As for how I became homeless, well, part of it was me letting my alcoholism go too far, but it wasn't entirely my fault. Basically, I had to move from Perth because I was starting to live on the street, being kicked out of my room in that house that I was staying at, and what happened was my grandmother did offer to let me sleep at her house, and I was still struggling with alcohol and like drinking it every day and getting more and more depressed, and basically I would I would wake up at my neighbour's house, and then I would go and spend the entire day in the city, nothing but my computer and modem, and that's basically all I needed: my computer, my modem, and a big carton of wine. I basically spent 3 weeks just going to the public library and just spending the whole day there, charging my electronics up, and spending the whole day on the internet. And then I was going, back to my grandmother's place to sleep, but eventually she said that if I show up drunk at her house one more time, that she was going to kick me out or whatever. I was going to be in big trouble. So the option I decided to take was to not come home at all, and instead get drunk and try and sleep out on the street, which was very dangerous because I had a very, valuable computer in my bag. It was a wonder I didn't get mugged during those 3 months. Basically, I had to try and find places to sleep that were as isolated as possible. That was a very sad time. So then I moved back in with my mum, because basically my grandmother got concerned that I didn't come home, and she called my mum, and she came all the way down to Perth from Kalgoorlie to basically try and find me. And the day, eventually I was just too cold and miserable out there that I eventually went back to my grandmother's place to sleep, and that was when my mum arrived. And she's arrived. And then for the last 3 months I've been living at my mum's place. The camera just... I don't have my tripod with me at the moment. There we go. So anyway, I moved back to my mum's place. I was there for 3 months, and I got back on unemployment payments. Got back on unemployment payments, and blah blah blah. Basically, what happened was me and my mum got evicted from that place. And it wasn't entirely her fault. Basically, lawyers had been threatening to kick her out of the house for 3 years. So yeah, she could have been renting those rooms out and she could have had plenty of money to pay off the house and never had to be evicted if these lawyers didn't keep on screwing her around with these lies. So anyway, I think that's the backstory done, at least the summary of it. I can go into more detail later. So now I'm out camping. I've been out here on the week, and I decided it was a good idea to start doing video blogs because I figured it would be a fairly interesting stage of my life. The first few days I was unbelievably bored out here. I would just like pace around, sort of explore a bit, just walk around doing nothing. And I had no internet, nothing to do. My mum accidentally sold my Game Boys at the garage sale because I left them out. Which really sucks. There's people walking past. I feel a bit self-conscious talking on the camera when there's people around here. That's one of the things that sucks about this campsite. It's a bit too public. People come past too often. So we're actually moving today, so I've taken some video of the campsite as it is now, and once we set up a new campsite, we've kind of learned from what we did wrong with this one. We're going to make it a bit better. So anyway, over the last week I managed to get a limited amount of internet back. I've got a netbook that lasts for 5 hours after each charge. Works okay, and I was charging it with my mum's car, but the inverter broke and we've got to wait till we get another inverter, so now I can only use the computer every second day because my mum has to go and charge it. So yeah, I've at least got internet and a computer, and I also went to the library briefly. We had to leave the campsite alone, which was a bit risky, but I stored all my important stuff like my computer and my camera and my other computer, and yeah, I went to the library and got a whole bunch of books to read, and yeah, I think I'll save that discussion about what books I got and why I got them and stuff for another video blog. I think this is a good one to start with, and tomorrow I will start talking about books and also some surprisingly cool things that we've got to help us survive out here. But my spirits are higher than they were when I first got here. I was like, oh, this is going to be miserable, this is going to suck. But, I've just got to wait one more week and then we should almost be able to have as many luxuries as we had in the house, or at least the ones that mattered. For me, that being internet is the one thing that I need more than anything else, and soon we're going to be able to have that, quite a bit of that, because we're going to get a generator, and I'll be able to charge my laptops, and be able to have access to the internet during most of the day.